Tiff from Journal with Tiff, and today I wanted to review my favorite stationery items that I reached for the most this year of 2023. Definitely want to look at inks, pens, accessories, notebooks, notebook covers, subscription items. So I don't think it's going to take too long, but hopefully you'll enjoy this, and let's get started. Okay, so first, my favorite notebook slash planner for the year would be the OG Weekly Diary from Sweet Freckle Designs. This particular one, again, the OG model, it has more pages. This has 496 pages total. It has, let's see, some of them I've already filled out, but it has 12 monthlies, 52 weeklies, and 365 blank pages. So it's perfect for a complete year. I actually started this in the middle of the year, but actually has the white 52 GSM Sanson Tomoe River paper and the 3.7 millimeter grids. I don't mind. I know some people prefer the old Tomoe River paper. Again, this paper does not bother me at all. It's very smooth, very fountain pen friendly, of course. If the grids could be just a little bit larger, then it would just be chef's kiss for me. But this works great. I am currently using this one as a health and fitness journal, but this just works great. And I currently house this in a Moterm. Let's see. And this is, I think, the Honey Weeks for Moterm, and it fits perfectly. But yeah, this particular notebook, it works so good for me. It works really well. I only use fountain pens in it. So if you don't use fountain pens, that's fine. But just so you know, of course, it is fountain pen friendly, and it is just the best. I do believe it comes in passport and B6 size. I'm not sure about A5. I don't think it comes in an A5 size yet. Hopefully it will one day. And I'll leave a link to all of these items if they're still available down below. My favorite cover that I reached for the most this year is actually this VDS. It's a Vanderspec, and it is I guess this would be considered a week's size. This Vanderspec can be customized. I did get this one secondhand. It is in the black. It is veg tan leather, lightly pebbled with the A6 size clasp. A6 for Vanderspec automatically comes with a wider clasp, and I really, really love that. But this leather, everything's just great. It feels so smooth, and it actually will fit the Sweet Freckle Design notebook. So this is just perfect for me. It also has a pin loop here. It is a little bit lower than I would have expected the pin loops to be, but that doesn't bother me. It works fine, just as it's just as well. And this particular notebook is the regular size Sweet Freckle Design Weekly Diary. The OG, which is the thicker, does fit in here, no problem. It even reaches, the clasp will still reach to the furthest, gosh, what do you call that? I forget what you call that, but you know what I mean. I'm so sorry. But the VDS, it is a little pricier. It is what I would call high-end leather, sort of like Giglio. I do use the Moterm. Actually, that's what I'm currently using right now. I pulled this one out for the fall. This was a runner-up because the veg tan Moterm, I can definitely tell the difference, especially when it comes to the clasp and the quality of the leather, but definitely not sleeping on the Moterm for the price. It is very economical, but if I had to choose one that I could not live without this year, it would be the VDS. For those that subscribe or have subscriptions to different sites, different companies, different brands, my favorite, I have a few subscriptions that I get monthly, but my favorite is Sterling Ink. Sterling Ink is a very well-known subscription for stickers that most people use for their planners and diaries. And she makes them in 3 different sets, I guess, that you could subscribe to. And that would be the deluxe, the full, or the sticker sample. I subscribe to the full, and just so you know, every month has its own theme. Say, this is January. So all of the stickers have this theme here. And let's see. This is just kind of a sample. This is for what came for January. And they come in, I mean, each month is so distinct. As you can see, I get large stickers, vellums, weekly stickers, days of the week, monthlies. There's die cuts in here. And these are just some samples right here. But for $35 a month, I really think it is well worth it. And I love having themed monthlies in my planners and journals. So yeah, Sterling Ink is I feel like it is a wonderful subscription. You get so much in it. Okay, here is a sample of December. Was so busy I barely got to do anything, but this is another example. I absolutely maybe this one was November, I think. This is a sample of November, and I think, yeah, this one was December. So as you can see, I didn't get to use December, but I mean, just because I'm not using something with the month does not mean these stickers can't be used. But this was December's. And everything is just so light and delicate, and it's just a wonderful subscription. Next, my favorite fountain pen paper, kind of loose leaf paper. I always reach for Clairefontaine, the Triumph paper. This is A5 size. It is lined. I reach for this one a lot of times when I'm writing with pen pals, or sometimes just to test out my pens on paper other than Tomoe River. This is lined. It's not too slick, and that's what I like, because it does not take forever for the ink to dry. So for just regular writing, I don't normally do lined. I really prefer grid paper. But say it again, if I'm writing someone, then I will use lined, and Clairefontaine is my choice. Next, I came across a fountain pendulum. I found it on Instagram. The actual name on Instagram is Pendulum. But this is the sample ink vial holder that has a magnetic attachment that you can purchase with or without this magnetic attachment. And this is the pen and brush tray. You can get it to hold 1 pen / brushes or 2, as well as a single ink vial holder. Now, I'm clumsy. I'm clumsy all day long, and I'll knock over an ink vial in a heartbeat. This has felt on the bottom so that it doesn't just go sliding just aimlessly all over your desk. But absolutely love this. It is the best design. I don't have enough. I can't say enough about this. This is just the best. I love it for when testing out inks, recording videos, if you need to have all of your inks lined up, and just a nice tray to hold your dip pens, fountain pens, ink pens, brushes, whatever you need. So this is just a wonderful accessory. Now, my favorite pens, not fountain pens, these are gel pens. I had to narrow it down to 2. So I have the, let's see, this is the Keiko Green, and I think this is in the soft gray color. You can order this on Amazon. The feeling of this is just so smooth. It's like a smooth matte feeling, and it just writes so well. I actually initially got this from a cloth and paper pen subscription and just fell in love with this pen. This is what I don't use fountain pens for work. I have to use a pen that I can just write really quickly and drop and, throw on a bag if I need to. But this comes in black. It is a 0.5, I believe. And it writes so well, but also, um, that's more for work. For my planners, I tend to use this High-Tech C Coletto. And the reason, and I get this one from JetPens, I get this one from Amazon. The reason I like this one so much is because the colors are interchangeable. So on this one, this is a matte black finish, and I have black, brown, black, and then a blue black color. And I get this from, I think I said JetPens, yeah. And these colors are interchangeable, so you just pop the cap here, and you can put in new, not cartridges, but inserts for different colors. And to me, this is just an updated, the old school multicolored pen that we used to use way back in the day. This just, it feels really good in hand, as does that one. But I like the fact that, like in my planners, when I'm writing lists, I can just write in a particular color and then check off in a different color. So these are my two day-to-day pens that I have reached for the most this year. Now, fountain pen inks. This one was difficult for me. Number one, I love a brown ink. So I have a favorite for the year, kinda. This is gonna require a little bit of an explanation that, of course, I'm gonna have a brown ink. But also I have another very distinctive ink that I just could not leave out. So it's kind of like a runner-up special mention. First is the Dominant Industry Ginger Chicken. This is like a deep orange brown, and I'm gonna do a sample color for you. And let's see, this color is, to me, it's just the perfect brown for writing. Let's come in a little bit closer. It is just the most beautiful orange brown. My only issue with this is a Wonder Pens exclusive, and it's out of Canada. So I am in the United States, and the shipping is just a lot. It's more than I would like to pay to constantly be ordering from Canada. So this is why I'm getting ready to tell you why this is my kinda sorta favorite ink, because there's a dupe for Ginger Chicken. Number one, Ginger Chicken is pricey. If it's on sale, I'll get it. But again, the shipping is just, whew. But Diamine Ancient Copper. This is basically the same color. Let's see, we can get a quick little sample of this. When you do a swatch, it might come across as a little different, but to be honest, once you start writing, it's hard to tell. Let's see, this is Ancient Copper. Now I know the Ginger Chicken is already starting to dry, so it's a little, we may need to wait for it to dry just a little bit, but as you can tell in the writing sample, they are practically the same. So when I say that ginger chicken is my go-to, my favorite for the year, it is. But when it's time to repurchase, I think I will be repurchasing the Diamond Ancient Copper, because it's basically the same. They both are really great inks. They both are very well behaved, and I just like them both. But if I have to pick one, then of course I would pick the original Dominant Industry ginger chicken. Now, the runner-up, the special mention, is Sailor Kitsumbiyori. This is such a distinct ink that I didn't know. I don't know what color class to put it in. I mean, it's like a brown, pinky brown, lavender brown. Ugh, I don't know. But I know at the beginning of the year, there was always a pen that had this in it. I did not go a month that did not have this color in it. So as you can see, it starts off rather, I don't know what you call this color. I don't know. But once it dries, it's definitely going to change to a more palatable color. This color is not it dry. Wet, it kind of looks like a greenish gray, green, gray, brown, kind of a muddy color. Get some. And it's a little bit late here, so it's some artificial light. But this is starting to dry to a pinky brown color, and it's so kind of bright in here, so it might be changing the look of it. Right now, to me, it still has that grayish tone to it, but as it dries, you'll definitely be able to see how it's a pinky brown, a grayish brown. It's so distinct. I love it. If this is ever discontinued, I will just be heartbroken. So, Kitsumbiyori. And it literally comes out this color right here. It's gorgeous. And lastly, my favorite, most reached for fountain pen of 2023. Yes, I do have 3 of them out here because I pretty much brought it down to my favorite 3. And I had kind of a hard time deciding which one to choose. So first here I have the Edison Penco pen. This is the Brockton model in Brooks Elvinwood. It's small enough that when I use this, it can be capped, but it is a really nice size. It has, I think it has a Yovo nib, number 6. I had it tuned on site at the Chicago Pen Show to a wet fine, and just the look of it, the feel of it, it's a beautiful, beautiful pen. It feels good in hand, and it never disappoints. Every time I write with this, almost every ink that I've put in it, it just works great every time. Next is the Pilot Custom 823 in Smoke. This is a fine nib. I've made many comments about the Pilot Custom 823. I do not need to, I said capped again. I don't know why I always say capped. I do not need to post it. It just feels good in hand. It's buttery smooth, and I love it. One of my latest acquisitions was the, this is the Augusta Theater. This has a extra fine Yovo nib by Walltown Pens. I love the look of this, and I love the feel of this. I just got it in either November or December. I can't remember which month I got it in, but from the time I got it and started writing with it, I constantly go back to this pen. It is beautiful. It's well made. It writes great. Wall town pens, they are great to work with. And this hand turned pen is just gorgeous and I cannot get past it. So that's why these are my top three. But if I have to choose one, I have to choose one, of course. Yeah, you guessed it. It's my custom 823. I cannot get past the writing experience of this pen. Just the look, it's so classy. The feel, the ink capacity, I just love it. There is no complaints. And yep, that's my choice for my fountain pen of the year. So those are all of my favorites for the year. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, just make sure you leave a comment down below. I will try my best to link all of these items. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys later. Bye.